Hey, I'm Antonia. This is Universally Me. I went back to the Old Town Music Hall in El Segundo this weekend and I saw the movie The Mummy, which is a really great film if you haven't seen it. It was made in 1932. It stars Boris Karloff, who also starred in Frankenstein. And there's a lot of great history and behind-the-scenes knowledge to go along with the movie. So just like I did with Frankenstein, I am going to give to you 10 facts about The Mummy. This film was inspired by the finding of King Tut's tomb in 1922 and the curse that was rumored to follow anybody who disturbed the mummy of a pharaoh. And I guess bonus fact while I'm thinking of it, they spell the name or the word pharaoh wrong in the opening and closing credits of the film. Jack Pierce, who did the insane makeup for Frankenstein, also did the makeup for the mummy. And it was a super crazy process every day. They put a layer of gum over Karloff's face, followed by a layer of cotton. Then they used tweezers to make sort of holes and valleys where they intended to add the lines of antiquity. That was followed by a layer of grease, and then brown pencil, which was used to darken the lines on his face, another layer of a lighter grease, and then they would move on to his hair, which required more grease and clay and all sorts of other stuff to get the color and the texture just right. And the whole process took hours every day to put on and more hours every day to take off. Ardith Bey, the mummy's modern-day alias, is an anagram of death by Ra, Ra being one of the most important Egyptian gods. And Imhotep, the mummy, was named after an ancient Egyptian Imhotep, who some believe is the father of medicine, and also was an architect who may have been responsible for one of the very first pyramids. The Mummy was directed by Karl Freund, and though he'd been a cinematographer for quite some time before this was his first major film as a director, and supposedly he was pretty nervous about it. According to Zita Johann, Freund treated her terribly, hoping to give her a reputation as temperamental or hard to work with so that just in case anything went wrong, he could use her as the scapegoat. This film has no direct literary predecessor, so some say it was inspired by Nina Wilcox Putnam's Cagliostro, and others point to Arthur Conan Doyle's Ring of Thoth, but ultimately this story was really an original, which I wish we had more of these days. So I do not take back fact number 6 about The Mummy being original. However, quite a bit of the film does bear striking resemblance to Dracula, including they both start with Swan Lake. They both begin in the monster's homeland and then move to a more contemporary or urban setting. They both have David Manners and Edward Von Sloan, who play basically the same characters in each. They both feature a young woman that the monster focuses on that he hopes to make undead like he is. And both films even have a charm or an amulet that's used as defense against the monster. The film deals quite a bit with reincarnation, and Zita Johann, the lead actress, was a big believer in reincarnation. The Mummy poster, designed by Caroli Gross, is one of the most expensive and sought after ever. In 1997, it sold at a Sotheby's auction for $435,500. So just like The Mummy doesn't have any direct predecessors, it also doesn't have any direct sequels. So there are some kind of remakes and reboots of sorts, including, but not limited to, The Mummy's Hand, The Mummy's Tomb, The Mummy's Curse, Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. Of course, there's the 1999 reboot of The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, and supposedly we can be expecting another reboot of The Mummy due out in 2016. So there you have it. There's 10 facts about The Mummy. Please leave any questions or comments below. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Antonia Carlotta, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.